What is up, everyone? This is Nova Vaughn, and let me tell you what's going on. So, I've been contemplating about some changes to my channel. Now, I'm not contemplating changes to the content, those will still be there. But the change that I'm contemplating is my YouTube name. I really think that there needs to be something that describes me. What am I? Before I do that, let me give you guys a brief history of my dealings with YouTube. Now, I did not have an account when YouTube first came out. I really never watched YouTube videos to begin with. Although I did see some content out there that I thought was funny. I would watch it and then I would perhaps share it on my Facebook page. But I never had an account with YouTube. That kind of changed when I wanted to make a comment on this one particular channel, and I don't remember what it was about because it was such a while ago. But in order to give a comment, you had to have a YouTube account. So I did that. Now, a lot of these YouTubers out there, they have special names. Me, I just gave my regular name, D-Ren. I didn't have any fancy avatars. I didn't make any avatars for like profile pics or what have you. My profile pics were basically pictures of me from the time that I was a young child, through my childhood, through special moments when I was an adult. I didn't make any avatars. I don't remember when it happened, but I decided to give myself a name on YouTube. Now, I still was not making any videos. The thought of me making a video was not even in my head. But I called myself Oblivious Dad. And I jokingly did that because I thought it was appropriate, because there were some times when things would happen with my kids that I was completely oblivious to. It must be a dad thing. Still, I did not have any videos made. I did have a few people that did subscribe to me, but no videos made. Still, the thought of making a YouTube video was just, well, oblivious to me. It was sometime in 2021 that I decided to make my name different, from Oblivious Dad to something else. And I wanted to focus on the channels that I subscribed to. And it basically came down to the majority of the channels that I subscribed to was Star Wars, Cobra Kai, and Disneyland. And therefore, Cobra Disney Jedi was created. Still no videos. Still, I was oblivious as to making a video. I had no inspiration to make a video, to make any videos. And a lot of the Star Wars YouTubers that I subscribe to, they don't have major subscribers for their channels, but the one common denominator is that they were all subscribed to another Star Wars channel, Echo Base Network. So the majority of us who are subscribed to each other, we have that one thing in common. We are part of the EBN family. Now, you guys obviously subscribe to other accounts that are not associated with Echo Base Network, as well as me. There's other channels that I subscribe to that are not part of the Echo Base Network, nor Disneyland, or even Star Wars. I still subscribe to those type of channels. But for the most part, we do have that one thing in common. I was watching the live stream. I believe it was the VacTube. Shout out, Daryl the Derelict, Darth Arlena. You guys had a live stream one time, and I don't know what you guys were talking about, but the topic came up about making your own content. And a lot of people were saying, I don't know if I should. And I was one of those that didn't know if I should, because I didn't know how to make videos. I mean, you'd see these reaction videos, you wonder, how are they doing this? You would see the types of contents, the type of videos that people would make, and you're like, I could never do that. That will never be me. But it was on the live stream with the VacTube that people would just say, well, just start. And so I figured, well, I might as well. So in January of 2022, I put out my very first video as Cobra Disney Jedi. And it was just a bunch of still pictures with some music that I was able to put together. If you haven't seen it, go to my YouTube page, go to my videos, and scroll down and check out my very first video. And you'll see what I mean. And so, since January of 2022, I was Cobra Disney Jedi. And most of the things that I did talk about were related to Star Wars. I did have a couple of channels that were dealing with Cobra Kai. But I really didn't have anything that was dealing with Disneyland. Now, I did have a video that I posted of a ride that was unique because my wife and I were in the front row on this ride called the Incredicoaster, and I filmed it. And I decided to put that up on my channel. And so that was my Disneyland post. As the years went by, I just was getting the vibe that I don't think this is going to last. So I decided to make a change. And I was contemplating that back in November of 2022. And then on a live stream, I made it official as to my new YouTube name, Nova Vaughn. Now, while I was still talking about those three types of YouTube channels that I subscribe to, that I talked about with the Star Wars, Disneyland, and Cobra Kai, I was expanding as to other topics as well. And if you've subscribed to me, you know what I mean. I was doing some research as to the Nova Vaughn, because what I wanted to do was, what can I make that means something different, something new. And Nova Vaughn meant new beginnings. And that's the key word, beginning. Now, in my community tab page, I did put that out, that this name was likely going to be temporary. And so I believe that this time has come. And so, again, I wanted to give a name that describes me as to who I am. Now, I get it. Some of you do want me to keep the name Nova Vaughn. I get that. I've put some polls out in my community page, and a lot of you want me to still keep Nova Vaughn. But let me share with you some of my ideas as far as the name changes that I want to make to my channel, and we will go from there. Now, some of you guys know that I live in Oregon. I've been born and raised in Central Oregon. The one thing that has been common for me is being a fan of the Portland Trail Blazers. I was there when they won their first and only championship back in 1977. Another good year for it back in 1977. They've been the one team that I have been a fan of my whole entire life. Now, I'm going to do a video about the Trailblazers in a future video. There were other teams in baseball and football that I liked as a kid that I don't like now. I've had constant change of other football teams and baseball teams that I liked, and they changed throughout the years. That's just what happens. Sometimes you're a fan of a team when you're a kid, but then when you get to be an adult, you change your affiliations with someone. And I'll talk about, that's going to be the other thing I'll be talking about on my channel as well. Teams that I liked as a kid versus teams that I like as an adult in the other sports. However, with that being said, through thick and thin, with this organization, the Portland Trailblazers have been my team. They've always been my team, and I believe that they will always be my team. And so I wanted to focus a name that deals with the Blazers. And I'm going to give you guys these options in the description. I use this website called SpinX. It's a YouTube generator name. And I've put my name as well as the Blazer team in there, and it gives you several options. And there's some of them that were kind of meh, but others really stood out. Now, before I did that, I did put in my community tab some options. I did say, should I call myself Blazer Hawk Cobra, keep the Nova Vaughn name, or go back to Cobra Disney Jedi? Well, it was a tie between Blazer Hawk Cobra and keep the Nova Vaughn name. And then a few weeks ago, I threw in some more name options. I had Nova Blaze, Blazing Nova, Blazer Hawk Nova, or just stay with Nova Vaughn. And I didn't get that many votes, but it's like 50% of the you said keep the name Nova Vaughn. There was one vote each for Blazing Nova and Nova Blaze. But I went through some more options. And like I said, I'm going to give about 5 or 6 options in the description. And some of the things that really stood out were I just wanted to give your guys' feedback. One of them was Cosmo Blazer. Another one was the Blazer D-Man. Another option was D-Ren Blazer. Basically, D-Ren is is a nickname for Darren, D-Ren. There was another one called Blazer D-Dawg, or I reversed it, D-Dawg Blazer. And then there was one that I thought that kind of stood out to me, Darza Blazer Dude. Now, if you guys wanted me to keep the name Nova Vaughn, well, a synonym for Nova was Cosmo or Gas. There was a name out there called Blazer Gasser. And then I was just messing around with some other options as well. One of them was Fartsy Poppin', and the other one was Dapper Claw. However, I doubt I'm going to be using those. But those are the options that I'm looking through. And so I'm going to put these names in the description. Just let me know which name do you like the best. Because one thing is certain, I am definitely changing my name from Nova Vaughn to one of these options. And then what I'm going to do is I will be picking out, based on your comments and just based on my feelings, I'm going to give the final 3. I'm going to put it in my community tab, and I'm going to let you guys vote. And then sometime about in August, at the time of this taping, this is like the beginning of July, I'm going to do a live stream in August as far as my new YouTube name reveal. So that's kind of what's, the state of my channel That's what I've been contemplating these past several weeks. So let me know, based on the names that I put in the description, what do you think sounds the best to you? I would really like to hear that. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please give this video a like, and you can subscribe to my channel as well. You can also follow me on Instagram and join me on my Discord server. This is Nova Vaughn reminding you that it is never too late for a new beginning in your life. So be positive, be cool, and you will be all right.